It's market update time. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Hey traders, I've just recorded the video walking you through my 10K trading plan. In this video, I'm going to share with you all the steps to go from nothing to 10K per month. This is the exact formula, step by step you need to follow. Click on the button above that says 10K trading plan to get access now. Alrighty, hey traders, hope you're doing well. Coming to you from Down Under. In today's video, starring me, we're going to have a look at the Dow Jones, all the indices as well too. Plus also I want to share a trading technique that's probably going to help you as well too. So I hope this really helps you guys out. Let's start with the Dow Jones. Let's go say the 3-month view, pretty close up view. What do we see here? We see the market pulling back. It hasn't quite closed that gap yet on the Dow Jones. Slowly pull back. So are we getting ready for another rally soon? What is the market waiting for? The market's waiting for something. So big jump up. The Dow Jones hasn't closed its gap yet. So it's really interesting to see that hasn't happened yet. Now, looking on the S&P, again, the S&P has just continued to really hold this level through here. So we've got this sort of strong support level through here. The S&P's come all the way down. Are we getting ready for another big breakout through here? So is that what the market's ready to do? Looking on through to the Nasdaq, we can actually see what's happening through here as well too. We had this big sort of upward channel, having a bit of a pullback now. Not really much going on when it comes to the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq actually is pulling back down, and it may even come back down towards these sort of 5,800 level. Let's go have a look at the transportation average. So transportation average is now breaking past these key areas of levels for me, guys. That's actually quite a weak sign overall. And it's saying that this whole thing here was a false breakout. And if we start to break below this low through here and the 50-day, that's going to say that this whole thing was a false breakout. And we should get a drop back down to, I would say around, just looking on my other screen right now, I would say we should get a drop back around to around the 160 on the transportation average. We're gonna have a look at the Russell 3000. Russell 3000, we can see have a nice pullback as well too, and we can see that's basically what's happening. Even if we do get a little bit more of a pullback, guys, we've got a significant area of support through here. So even a small little pullback, we're likely to find a bit more support, and maybe that's when we rally up from there. And also looking at the Russell 2000, Russell 2000 is actually pulling back a bit as well too. So lots of trend lines through there, isn't it? Let me delete that. And that was through there. As you can see, it's now clearly breaking below that. So let me just delete that off the screen right now. So it's not actually looking too pretty, is it? It's not actually looking too bullish anymore. So really interesting to see what's happening through there. And obviously the DIA, it's very same for the Dow Jones. So guys, let me share something with you when it comes to a trading technique. Let me bring up AMD. Right, so AMD. And I want to bring up AMD for a reason, and I want to share something with you here. The market goes through phases. Okay, so the market goes through phases. Now, if the market's trending up, you can see that this is obviously the market's trending up through here. So one thing I have found, I'm more of a trend following, because my whole approach to trading is my ability to cut my losses short and let my wins run. Now, you have a much better chance of doing that if you're going with the trend, right? Because if you look at this here, going short on this whole chart through here, yes, you could make some money, but the most highest probability trades, right, have been on the long side. So I'm always looking for that. Now, I want to share something with you of how the markets work and give you a much better understanding of of some timing of some entries. Now the market will go through a couple of different phases. We'll go through a bit of or maybe like a time phase or a price phase, should I say, where the markets continue to step up. Then suddenly, what do we do? Then suddenly what happens is we go sideways here for a while. And what tends to happen with a lot of traders is that as this market starts to go sideways, a lot of traders try to trade this out. And sometimes, I've done in the past as well too. So when the market's trending, that's when you want to start to jump on some nice breakout moves, That's when you have a much better high probability of doing that. But when the market starts to go sideways, as you can see through here, that's where you want to leave it alone, right? So because you don't have a good chance of going short or going long. The trend's up, but is it going to break down? Is it going to break up? We don't know. So getting involved with this sideways movement is not, there's a couple of my millionaire mentors, or one of my millionaire mentors, has explained something to me. He said, John, the market goes through different phases. We go through this phase here, which is an accumulation phase, and then we go through a distribution phase. So it's gone through a bit of what we call a time phase or a price phase, where the market's done a lot of price, and then it goes through a bit of a resting phase, or what we call a time phase, where it's just relaxing. And depending on what phase that stock is in, and depending on what phase that particular stock is in at that time, then depending on what you would do. So if you're looking for really, really high probability setups, for me personally, I'm always looking to trade with the trend, but I'm also looking at what phase is my stock in, right? Because the market does go through different phases. So you can see here it goes through an accumulation phase, and then it goes through a distribution phase, and then we go back through an accumulation phase. But how do you know you're getting ready, or how do you know when you're in an accumulation phase? How do you know when you're in a distribution phase or a resting phase, when the market's going to go sideways, where you wouldn't get involved with that? Well, you see the market really hasn't broken out at all, right? Now, as you can see, when the market broke up, came back down, and we had a nice little breakout here, this is the time here that I'm starting to look for my entry signals. I'm not looking, I'm looking to buy, I'm looking for entry signals through here because the market's trending, yes. But when the market pulls back and we start to go sideways movement, this whole time through here, guys, that whole section through there, when the market's gone through there, even if we get a nice little bullish update, or we get some really good volume, we get a nice breakout bar, yada, 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 etc., I'm not looking to trade that. Why? Because we're still in that distribution phase and we don't know how long that's going to be. And sometimes in the past, guys, I've gotten caught with that when the market would have a nice little breakout bar. I'm like, this thing's going to run, and it wouldn't break out. What we need to do, what's important to do is you need to wait for the market to have a good run and then pull back, and then this is the time to look to enter here, right? And then a nice pullback, and then enter here, and then a nice run up. Does that make sense, guys? So whenever you're looking at different stocks, go through this here as well too, right? Because these are the things that I'm looking at. What sort of phase are we in? And then I'm looking to apply my rules over that. And there was another chart here that I want to share with you as well too, and show you just another example of this as well too. So AXTI. So let me take everything off the screen here. AXTI. Let me just delete. Actually, let me just take everything off the screen. All right. So the same thing with AXTI, right? You can see, and the reason I brought this couple of different stocks up, guys, is because I want to share with you where the most probability trades are, right? So look at this as the market is. Look at this and what the market's done, right? So you can see here the market's done this, right? You can see how the market's had a bit of a running phase. So it went through a bit of an accumulation phase, and then you can see all through here, right? We really didn't get any good breakout, did we? We really didn't get any real strong moves out of that. We had a little accumulation phase, and then what happened is we went through a distribution phase. So we went sideways, basically sideways for this time, right? Went down, went up, basically sideways. Now, it wasn't until this, right? It wasn't until that we started breaking out. We had a breakout, we had a break up, and then we started breaking out. This is the time here to start entering. Why? Because now we're actually getting out of this sort of sideways phase, and now the market's starting to trend again. This is where you want to start to enter. And as you can see, the market had a nice running phase through here. And then the market started to step back down, and you can see it started to create these lower peaks. It started to get this very, very messy action. And as you can see, we started to go through this sideways phase. And as it starts to go through this sideways phase, and one of the ways that I see that is where my 20 moving average starts to get, see when the 20 and the 52 come together, that's when the market's really gone through a distribution phase or a resting phase. But when the market starts to separate and the moving averages starts to trend again, boom, we're now back in place again, right? You see the separation between the 20 and 52, the 52 is pointing up and so on and so forth. So now we go through a distribution phase. You can see the market, now we go through a distribution phase, right? And you can see here, yes, we got a little breakout here and it did run, but you wouldn't get involved with this here, right? You'll wait for the market to break out. Then bam, as the market breaks out, comes back down. Look at that nice little breakout bar through there. This is the time to look to enter trade here. And then as you can see, the market ran up, and now what's happening? Now, as you can see, right, we're going through a little bit of a pullback, and what we call, it might be go through a pullback slash distribution phase. Now, distribution can be a sideways or it can be just a nice, decent pullback. So as you can see, that's what a lot of these stocks are doing this, and you can really, sometimes you clearly can't see what sort of phase it is in, but if you look at this here, you can see we have a distribution phase here, a distribution phase here, and a distribution phase here. But you can see the overall trend is up, right? But you want to make sure you want to make sure you're with the trend. So whenever I'm trading, I'm always asking, what sort of phase are we in, and are we breaking out? Are we breaking out? So from here to here, that's where our trade was. From there to there, that's where our trade was. And there's nothing back here. That's when the market just started. So for me, when I'm looking to enter, I'm looking to enter on this point through here, as the market starts to break out of this here, and this point through here, as the market's already started to break up and start the trend. Make sense, guys? So this is a really, 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 really important tool to trade when you're trading the markets. And again, when I'm trading, guys, it's all about the probability, right? I don't like the scalp. I don't like to get in and get out really, really quickly. I like to put positions on where if the trade's not working, I'll get out literally within a day. One day later, boom, I'm out of that thing. But then sometimes if it is working for me, then I'll start to move it forward. Make sense? Or meaning I'll hold on to it and give it a bit of chance. So remember this, guys, as you're going through your analysis. The accumulation phase and the distribution phase is really, really, really important, depending on what phase you are right now. So as you go through these distribution phases, guys, through here, going short or going short, even going short through this time is just, it's detrimental. You're probably going to get chewed up, right? Wait for the market to break out, clearly break out, and give you a nice trend in place, and that's when you can start to see some really, really nice trades, right? And so as you can see here, like for example, a great looking entry there was right here, right? You can see nice little breakout bar. This is a nice little down, nice little breakout bar. So if I got into there, and my stop would be down here, right, just below here, or just below my 9-day moving average. And then the exit would be up here somewhere, based on Fibonacci levels and so on and so forth. Or there's no exact science of where to get out, but you know what I'm saying, right? You do your analysis and so on and so forth. So anyway, guys, I hope this really helps you out. I hope this makes sense now. This is the accumulation phase, the distribution phase, and some really, really, really important things to look at when trading the markets. Hey, thanks for watching. If you'd like to get more free education about trading, then click on the box that says free trading course. This is a free trading course. It goes for around 12 hours long. It's about 12 videos long. Covers everything from chart reading, mindset, trading systems, money management, trade management, everything you need to get yourself ahead in the markets. And if you'd like to get my help personally, then click on the box that says Get John's Help, and you'll be able to see how you can get my help personally. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. And remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.